So we are staying at the Moxy Hotel in Barcelona at the moment. We have been here 2 nights and we leave today. And we wanted to give a bit of feedback about what we thought about the hotel. We were given key cards to go up and down the lift and also to our bedrooms. And these have worked on and off, sometimes not working at all. You have to tap the button in the lift before you can go up. And we weren't doing it correctly, so sometimes it would go down or it wouldn't move at all, and then it would go black and we were standing in the dark, so that wasn't very fun. The door to open your bedroom door is really heavy, particularly trying to get in our bags with our huge 20-kilo bags in. The smell when you first enter is horrible, isn't it? It's, what would you describe it as?
Wee.
Dog poo.
Dog wee.
As well as like brand new plastic or new paint smell or something. But it's a really, I don't know, it hits you as soon as you walk in. It's not a nice smell. The rooms themselves aren't bad. It's very sort of cool and chic. It's a long, thin room. The beds, I wouldn't say they were most comfortable. You said you enjoyed the sleep, like it was a firm mattress, but it felt a bit firm for me. But we do have a nice deck area that you can overlook other buildings and outside, which was nice. The shower was a bit of a problem. You couldn't move the head up and down, so we just had to lift the handheld shower head to where we wanted it, wash our body and then hang it up again because it would just squirt in funny directions. It was quite a pokey little bathroom as well, and the door to the bathroom when you the door to the shower when you close it, it squeaks really loud, like a big I don't know, squeal noise. But otherwise, so the breakfast wasn't included here, so we did have to pay. We found the breakfast all right, didn't we? Like, it was fairly expensive to get the buffet one, but it included a fair bit of food. I wouldn't say it was the best buffet food I've ever had, but they did have beautiful bakery food. So on the second day, we only had the bakery food and the coffee, so that was a bit cheaper, thankfully. And they do have some meals which we ordered at night, and they were okay as well, not too expensive. And we went to sleep early most nights, so we weren't needing to buy a ton of food late into the night or anything. There's no fridge. That's one thing that was a little bit annoying. Most hotels have a fridge that you could put your drinks in to keep them cold. There's no fridge. There's no fans in the bathroom. Again, very steamy, and you have to open the door to try and cool down. Anything else that you felt? We tried to connect our phones to the TV to watch something like a mirroring image of our phone, but it doesn't work.
No, the plus is I liked having the charging station at the head of each bed. Love the eclectic furnishings everywhere. There's lots of cozy little areas to sit in with bean bags and couches, and just amazing, really a great vibe. Just lovely.
Yeah, probably more for younger people. It was very cute. Like, there was a pool table and a foosball table and lots of little nooks and areas to sit down on, bench stools and funny shaped things like skeleton head or a sheep or something like that you could sit on, and really cool artwork and crazy stuff just around the place. So that was interesting. It made it kind of cool just to look around at things. Well, there was one thing, it does say on the website that there is a laundromat where you can wash your own clothing. That's not correct. You can send your clothes away to get washed, but it was per item, it costed,
say a jacket would be €11, which
just
is a lot
one
if you
thing.
convert
So we
it.
didn't wash our clothes. It was going to be so expensive. So I think it was like €4 for a skirt. You know, so we wanted to just get a huge bundle washed, and in Australia we can do it like $10 would get everything washed, a huge bundle. So we're going to wait till we get on the ship and we'll find out if we can wash things a bit cheaper. One other thing we forgot to mention about the Moxy Hotel was the issues we had with the air conditioning. Do you want to explain it, Mum?
Yeah, we tried to change the setting at times, but we couldn't seem to get anything to work on it. and I was trying to understand what they wrote on the directions, and it was some sort of automated system where, depending on how hot or cold it is outside, that I think overrides.
Yeah, so we would have the cooler on at night when it was hot to sleep, and we would wake up hot and we were like, oh, it's so hot in here. And the aircon had actually switched itself off, so it must have automatically worked out some temperature. So we ended up opening the balcony a fair bit, but it was still quite warm inside and you couldn't force it to turn on, which was a bit frustrating. And then the last thing before we left, we actually asked the hotel manager about going to our cruise the next day, and we said, can we please book a taxi for the morning? And he assured us, no, you'll definitely get a taxi in the morning. There's hundreds of them lined up, you know, they're all ready to go. So we went downstairs about half an hour before we needed to board the ship, and there were no taxis in sight. So Mum and I, we spent time trying to download Uber, Cabify. It wouldn't let us put our details in. It would not let us sign up to these companies. So we're like, oh my gosh. And someone next to us is like, I've stood here for half an hour. There's no taxis. I don't know what to do. And so I just Googled how to get a taxi in Barcelona. And there was one more app we hadn't tried called Free Now. And I literally put it in, and within 1 minute we had a taxi. He said, are you Jade? And I'm like, yeah. So we actually jumped the queue. I kind of felt bad because everyone is waiting so long, and we just jumped in and we got to the ship just in time. So we were very, very fortunate in that case. So we would recommend, don't just trust that there'll be taxis available in the morning if you have to get somewhere at a certain time. Free Now was the app.
Or book your taxi the night before.
Yes, because it is actually a very busy city, and there was so many people leaving the hotel that morning, and I suppose going on a cruise as well. So we were very, very, very glad that we got a taxi when we did, and we would use that again if we were in Barcelona, because Free Now means any cabs that are free at that time will just come by. So there's probably some taxi drivers that are just sitting around waiting for a job. So that worked out really well for us. And it was only, was it about 20 minutes or less drive to the port. So,
and it was a fixed fee, and we didn't care at that point.
It was about 18 euros.
So we were happy just to get a cab and get there within that time.
Yes, we were pretty happy with that. I'm going to insert some photos and videos of the hotel here so that you get an idea of what it looks like. So overall, I did enjoy parts of the Moxy Hotel, but I personally wouldn't stay there again. What do you think?
I wouldn't stay there again. Love the decor, because I like that sort of thing, all different funky stuff. Quirky. It was really lovely. I didn't mind the quirky room. It was almost like a rectangle with the 2 single beds. That was fine. Bathroom was very tiny. Even if you put a bath mat down, you cannot open the door again.
Yeah.
And the toilet's directly behind the door. So very, very tiny, but it was a, good sized shower, even though we struggled with the shower hose. But the smell, it was the vinyl smell, but it was like pee, dog pee or something when you first walk in, but after you slept in the night, you can't smell it. But you go out, you come back, and this horrible smell hits you straight away. So no, I wouldn't rush back there.
And even the types of foods and everything, we've had better buffets where you go along and you have all the different foods for breakfast. We would say Paris and London's were better than what this one offered. Overall, I'd probably give it a 4 out of 10. What do you think?
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, hope you enjoyed the video. Leave any comments down below if you've got any questions or things that you'd like to see. Thank you.
Thanks.